Hey y'all, welcome back to our Road Less Traveled Part 2. Actually, instead of do, it should be dos for San Antonio. We're going to go through the places that we visited as opposed to last week, the places where we ate. That's Southern for eat.
So like Clay was saying, last week we talked about the restaurants, and now we're going to talk about what we did in San Antonio. So what is the number one thing you think of or see when you think about San Antonio?
Mexican food.
The Riverwalk.
The Riverwalk.
So obviously that's the first thing we did.
The Riverwalk was actually pretty cool, but getting to it was kind of a pain in the butt. If I remember correctly, it's a 15-mile long path through San Antonio. You have the northern side, the southern side, and both of those open at dawn, close at dusk. But the heart of it, which is where all the cool stuff is at, winds all through downtown. So it's not like you can just pull up and get out of your car or truck and go to the Riverwalk. You have to kind of be strategic. We ended up parking at a parking deck and walking about a block to the Riverwalk. Now, there's a little boat thing that you can get on, and you can tootle around the canal, and they'll give you a guided tour as what each one of the sections are. This big red thing that's got a name that was given to them by
the Flame,
the Flame or whatever it is. It's an interpretive art piece. It doesn't look like a flame. It looks like a janked up R, but it's pretty. You can tell somebody took some time building it, and it's big. And I want to say Mexico gave it to them or something for some.
Like that.
We're not real into history and logging all that stuff.
We'll put a link in the description.
Or we'll put the text up somewhere around right here what it was.
Yeah.
But if you want to get on that boat thing and float around, which our guide was incredible. I thought he was fantastic. There's a level of cheesiness you expect on a boat tour, and buddy, he nailed it perfectly. I thought it was fantastic.
He gave us just enough information that we were, we knew what was what, but it wasn't like a history lesson per se.
He kept it funny and light, but we got all the information we needed about where we were going and what we were seeing.
And it was information we wouldn't have just known by walking around the Riverwalk.
Yeah, I would have never known that there was a marriage island and a divorce island along the Riverwalk.
I know, right?
So, but I say that to say there are 3 places that you can go to get your tickets, and they're all right down in downtown. You can't just drive up to them.
We highly recommend the boat tour
because
that was the best way to see the main portion of the Riverwalk.
You get to see the locks. You get to see the old portion of it that was all diners and a mission area, and then
the statues. He kind of explained those.
Yeah, all the statues, all the restaurants along the way. You get to see the oldest bar in Texas, I think. That might be a lie, but it's pretty old.
Something we didn't even realize there was to do in San Antonio was a historic market square. I mean, you might have known about it, but our neighbor told us about it, and they were going, so we thought we'd check it out. It happened to be a weekday, and it was kind of rainy, so there weren't very many people there, and not all the vendors were open, but it was kind of cool to see it when it wasn't in it's such a crowded state,
And it's a really big pavilion. I want to say it's an entire square block.
That sounds right.
It's indoors, and the facility has a platform that people can come, and normally they do performances on the weekend, which we were there through the week, so we didn't get to see that. But if you've ever been to Cozumel or any place like that, when you get off the ship and you're walking through those little stands, that's what this looked like, minus the kids hollering, "You want a chiclet, chiclet, chiclet." That's, I mean, it was all Mexican doodad trinkets, dust collectors, whatever you
very
like to call them.
colorful. There's like banners hanging.
Raccoon hats.
Yeah. Very intricate, like
sombreros, which you're not allowed to try on the sombreros and take a picture. You can try it on. You just can't try it on and take a picture. But jewelry,
Mexican vanilla, if you need that. Yeah.
But there was a bakery there.
Oh yeah, they had a Mexican bakery.
We did not eat at the bakery, but it was there.
Yeah, it was. Everything was beautiful.
It was. The next place we went was someplace that Maria really, really, really wanted to go, and Clay was not all that excited about it. It was the Towers of America, is that right? Or America's Tower?
Tower of the Americas.
Tower of the Americas. The only thing intriguing to Clay about that place was it had a spinning restaurant.
Yeah.
And
we went into some detail about that last week. If you missed that video, go back and watch it. The restaurant was incredible.
Yeah.
But the views from the tower were also incredible. But we kind of figured out, not necessarily a hack, but like if you don't want to go to the observation deck, you don't have to pay the fee to go to the observation
what happens
deck.
is they have their own parking area, and you pay $10 to park. So, and that gets you access to the grounds. And then you walk up to this building and you go in there and they ask you, do you want to go up to the observation deck? Well, Maria wanted to go to the observation deck, so that was a yes. Then they direct you back outside to get a wristband for $35 a person.
Yeah.
Then you get on an elevator and you ride up to the observation deck.
I think it was $20 a person.
It was too much.
Anyway.
Because there's nothing down there at the bottom that you can do other than play some skee ball maybe, which, anyway, I'm still kind of irritated about that. But we paid the money.
Yeah.
And went all the way up to the observation deck, only to find out that had we told them we were going to the restaurant, we wouldn't have had to pay the money, and then you can go from the restaurant to the observation deck because it's just one floor up.
No, I don't think you can. I think you have to buy a ticket. Yeah, I think you have to buy a ticket. But if you're going to the restaurant, you don't need to go to the observation deck necessarily. You can't go outside at the restaurant, but you have a big window right there.
But I mean, you're going to spend more in the restaurant fees than you would buying the ticket to go to the observation deck.
And I think that the lounge is also another option if you don't want to go to the restaurant and you don't want to
level below the restaurant.
Observation deck. The observation deck, is it the tallest one?
Yes.
Okay, so if you want to go all the way to the top, you do need to buy a ticket for the observation deck. All right. So while we were in San Antonio, the rodeo just happened to be going on at that time. We did not plan to go to San Antonio when the rodeo was there, but next time we plan to go to San Antonio, we're going to make sure that it's during the rodeo time because it was so awesome. We, when Clay told me that we had tickets to the rodeo, he was like, hey, you want to go to the rodeo? I was like, sure. And, he was like, all right, well, we're going to leave at like noon. And I was like, why? Because, it's at 7 p.m. And he was like, you'll see. So we get there, and this rodeo is not like any rodeo I've ever been to before. It was more like a state fair, livestock show, rodeo, and a concert combined.
Yeah, it was a bunch of things.
And it is an all day, all weekend, all week event.
One, I love animals. I mean, I enjoy petting them. I enjoy snuggling with them. I enjoy eating a few of them. But the level of cows that they had in this place, there were just some absolutely beautiful cows. I mean, absolutely beautiful.
Fun fact, I found out that 1.5 million people visit that rodeo every year.
I don't doubt it. It was fantastic.
But wear your walking shoes because it is a lot of walking.
Well, we didn't go into it, but they had an amusement area.
Oh, yeah. Carnival.
Which was down past the livestock and everything. Yeah. Everything was really condensed. They basically had the Coliseum, the AT&T building that the Spurs played in. Then they had like a little outlet shop where all the vendors would come in to sell their goods and things, and everything down from there was all part of the amusement park and fairs and stuff. So it wasn't like, you know, you had to walk a long way from one point to the other. It was just so much stuff that
you
we
could walk
walked
around
all over the
all
place.
day long
I mean,
and not see everything.
Yeah, it was. I loved it.
There was one thing we saw in there was like the biggest candy store of the most amount of candy in one place that I've ever seen in my life.
They had, I think they had every single piece of candy that had been invented or produced from the 1950s to today.
Yeah. We watched some practice shows, like some cutting, and we walked around all the livestock barns and watch your step. Saw some little kids walking the big old cows, and it was so cute.
Wear boots. There's a reason why they have a smooth bottom on them. You just walk out there and get on the grass, and it comes right off. Tennis shoes, it's going to stick in the tread a little bit.
I did say wear your walking shoes, but my walking shoes are tennis shoes. His are boots. Anyway,
I didn't get poop on my feet.
I did. Anyway, so
but you get to see the kids, you know, and these are kids from, you know, 7 years old all the way up to, you know, old men, and I just think there's something great about seeing, you know, a little kid leading a calf on a rope to go to a show that, you know, their hair's been all shampooed and blown out, and I mean these cows were cleaner than most dogs I see. Yeah, they were shined up and beautiful. Short of having somebody there wiping their mouth every time they took a drink out of a bucket, they were clean.
Yeah, and they had some of the most unique cows and
pretty colors.
Very beautiful, long ears, and anyway.
I love the floppy-eared Brahmas. They were just pretty as they could be.
Okay, so the rodeo.
That's a whole different level of holy crapness.
The rodeo blew us away. Every minute, every second of that show was pure entertainment. Yeah. From the national anthem to the girl that rode around with the flag to the rodeo clowns to the MC to everybody in there was entertaining.
Y'all, if you want to know what it feels like to be an American, be at the opening ceremonies of the San Antonio Rodeo.
Absolutely.
The MC for it, absolutely fantastic. A state trooper that sang the national anthem, and other than Chris Stapleton, I have never heard anybody sing it as well as she did. I mean, just lights out, unreal.
She blew it out of the water. She did a great job.
Then all the cowboys and cowgirls, they put on a show like we had paid $5,000 a seat. It was absolutely balls to the wall, excitement, gunning and going.
And we were there on the first night.
Yeah, that was the first night. And they had 3 nights of competition. I mean, we saw cows try and jump out of gates.
Oh my gosh, it was crazy.
Other bulls.
The big old bull trying to jump out of his stall before they let him out.
These guys and girls, they were getting after it. The barrel racers, I had the fastest riding, sharpest cutting. I mean, you can make fun of me all you want to. I love watching barrel racers. I think it's fantastic.
The whole thing was fantastic, though. Everything from the bareback bronc riding to the bronc riding, the bull riding, the mutton busting.
Oh, the mutton busting!
That was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen mutton busting before, but y'all, the little girl that won, she got up there, and the clown was it the clown?
The rodeo clown.
Rodeo clown was asking her, saying, "Oh, congratulations, you won the mutton busting. Now, what do you want to do when you grow up?" She said, "I want to be a ballerina." It was the cutest thing ever.
the rodeo clown, the head clown, actually went to the stands and grabbed a guy's cell phone and put it on one of the dummies in the ring.
Yep.
Because he wanted close-up footage of one of the rides. You just don't see that in other sports. I mean, it just absolutely.
I don't recommend doing that though, because he did his cell phone did make it, and the guy said, "Hey, it's not my responsibility if your cell phone gets broken. I will do this for you, one time thing." But the very next ride that bull took, he took that dummy out.
He was a pissed off bull.
Threw him like 20 feet in the air.
He almost knocked the barrel over into the stands. He was mad. It took 2 cowboys to lasso him, plus the clowns, to get him out of the ring. He was in a mood, to say the least.
And let's see, what else did we see? Team roping, and what was that one thing where they roped it and then it pulled away from the...
All right, so the girls, they just have to rope the steer, and then as soon as they get tension on it, it pulls the thing off, the flag shoots, and it shows that they've lassoed it. I forget what that's called,
but anyway.
The guys actually have to lasso it. Then they have to jump down, flip it over, and tie 3 of its feet, and it has to stay there for, I think it's 60 seconds.
We did not realize it had to stay there. I don't think it's 60. I think it's 6.
It's 6 seconds. That's
it. But it has to lay there. Like, the first time we saw it, it was kind of surreal, because you're just like, is it okay? Is it dead?
Well, I mean, the knot has to stay in place for 6 seconds.
But the cow doesn't move. It's just laying there.
And what you don't see on TV is there's a team of other cowboys that at the 5-second mark, they are running full speed towards that cow, so that as soon as the 6 seconds is up, they are unhooking that cow and getting ready to set it free. I mean, that was
pretty cool. But y'all, there was some of the most talented, we didn't even know this when going into the rodeo at all, but some of the top cowboys and cowgirls in the world.
Yeah, not the state, not the U.S., in the world. The top 1 and 2 cowboys, cowgirls were at that fair.
Go look up Stetson Wright. We saw him in person performing. He is the all-around top cowboy in the world.
In the world.
It was cool. Really cool.
Stetson, you did a great job, buddy.
Yeah. Okay, so takeaways from our rodeo experience.
I only have one thing to bring up that's a negative, and it was 100% my fault. Do not spring for the cheap seats, because they are 5 rows back from the back row of the
very top. The definition of the nosebleed section.
Pay a little bit more. The closer you can get, the better. And when we go back next year, I guarantee you I'm going to try and get seats within the first 5 rows of the glass. All right, so the last place that we went by accident. We were actually looking for a different spot, but that park turned out not to be open, or it wasn't a park. It was like a grassy area. But on the way there, we passed what looked to be
ancient ruins.
Ancient Catholic Montessori ruins. I mean, it was just stunning. So we pulled a U-turn and figured out how to get the truck in the parking lot of this place. And turns out it was the Japanese tea garden, which I had seen as a list of things to do on the list for San Antonio. It was no idea. It was ranked with a 4.9 on Google with thousands of reviews. Mm-hmm. But I was not all that hopped up about looking at tea leaves, which is what I thought it was going to be.
He doesn't really do botanical gardens or gardens in general.
That's not me. So
it was not really. That wasn't really what it was. It was more like a ancient ruin type looking place. This
place was incredible.
It had a waterfall and all kind of koi ponds.
Yeah,
and
just big goldfish. I mean, massive goldfish.
Some kind of little suspension bridge walking over, and
it was
beautiful.
Absolutely. I'm shocked to sit here and tell y'all I would go back and see that again, just to sit in a chair and look at stuff. I mean, I just know it was pretty. It was peaceful. And it was the perfect place to be at the end of the day as the sun was setting.
It was. We stayed at Hidden Valley RV Park in Von Ormy, which is about 20 minutes outside of San Antonio, and we liked it there.
Yeah, we'd absolutely stay there again.
Yeah, it was nice. The owners were really nice and helpful. It's kind of like a concierge type service when you get in there. They told us everywhere to go and everywhere to park, and we forgot all of it.
Yeah, they give you a map of San Antonio. And they mark out where to go and how to get there. I mean, they're very, very personable people. Very clean park. Nice open spaces.
Very.
So we can't recommend them enough.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
We hated to leave. I mean, we loved San Antonio.
We could have stayed there another week or two, I think. And we will definitely be going back. So if you know of anything that we didn't mention and you are from San Antonio or you've been to San Antonio, please leave it in the comments. Because next time we want to see all the things. Well, that wraps up this week on San Antonio. And we will see you next week on Our Road Less Traveled.
What, like a mic check?
Yeah.
This episode of Our Road Less Traveled is brought to you by Evinrude Engines for when you need to get out of a hole quickly.
Is it the Clay Show? Or is that what you're trying to say? Recording.
Hey, y'all, and welcome back.
I wasn't looking. I'm looking now. You said
today,
hey, everybody.
What did I say?
You said, hey, everybody. Say, hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all, and welcome back to Our Road.
I was flipping my hair.
I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right, take 920. Kicking and a grinning.
I'm just going to wait till they walk by. You just waiting for me?
Yep.
Because we wanted to be followers, not leaders.
And
so that's about it for the Riverwalk. So.
I mean, that's one way to get subscribers. Just
something we didn't.
Yeah.
God, I'm awkward. Something we.
What is it? Did you fart?
No, I don't even know what's funny. Oh.
Good times. We're just trying to make sure some crackhead doesn't try to steal my truck. Mayor of San Antonio or whoever, if you ever watch this, that's all I'm saying. I'm not going to get on that subject.
I'm melting. Holy crap, it's hot. Melting.
It
From
was
the national anthem to the girl that what is she? Hang on.
I think it was a border. No, it was state patrol. We're old. We didn't make it to the concert.
Stay for the concert.
But, I mean, by 9 o'clock we may pull up the PR rodeo tour and just follow them around there. And there's a good reason why we didn't want to. No, I'm kidding.
the big old bull riding bull. I don't know what you call them. Just bulls.
Yeah.
I think we have enough. That wasn't good.
No, it was perfect.
Oh.
We need to start doing some sponsor stuff, like sponsored by Big Red.